What's up, guys? Dave here, back with another episode of FFBE War of the Visions. In today's episode, I will be answering the question, are the Golden Axe and the Sleep Blade worth making? Alright, so some of you, like me, might have gotten Miranda and are excited to maybe try out a +5 Sleep Blade. Or perhaps you got Yerma after the first Axe event or didn't get enough recipes, etc. Don't worry, in today's episode I'm going to go over 1, the Golden Axe and Sleep Blade in detail. 2, show what characters now and in the future they may be good for. 3, compare it with other weapons if applicable. 4, explain how to efficiently farm mats in the current events. And 5, think about how many units can use this unit now and in the future. I'll present you with all of the facts, plus I'll give you my opinion. Then you can choose what is best for your account and playstyle based on that. Without further ado, let's jump right in and take a look. Alright, let's first take a look at the Sleep Blade. I've put all 3 versions up on the screen. Assault and Aim, as you can see, they're losers, and I'll explain why. Assault is a loser because, just comparing it to the Ragnarok, we only have 50 attack as opposed to 163. Horrible. 63 magic as opposed to 126 for the Sleep Blade, or I believe 112 for the Ragnarok. Again, horrible. Aim. Okay, well that's maybe good against an evasion team, but look how low the attack is. 35? What a joke. Yeah, complete garbage there. So the only winner here is magic. Now it's about 15 higher than the Ragnarok, so it will be best in slot for the 3 units listed below. I think Aruduru, whatever his name is going to be on global, the 3rd unit. He's yet to come, but he's a red mage, as you can see. So any red mage Spellblade units, they're going to be able to take advantage of these. But keep in mind, even though Ramza and Miranda and that guy have abilities that rely on magic, they also have abilities that rely on physical. If you're going to be using both, then I would recommend the magic version of the Ragnarok. However, if you're going to only use the magic ones, or you want that sleep effect, then this Sleep Blade in the middle is going to be the best in slot. One usage that I was thinking for maybe the next event that comes out, there's going to be an Iron Giant challenge. I'd like to try to solo it with Miranda. So the idea is you group up the enemies around Miranda, you use her limit break, which I think does up to 3 squares in each direction, and then you can hit them with damage. If they don't die in one shot, there's a high chance that they'll be put to sleep. So again, really good usage of it there. It has some viability in PvP as well. You can put units to sleep, but the AI is so dumb, I guess you can't call it AI, right? It will hit units right after putting them to sleep with your own team members, so just keep that in mind. It might not be the best for PvP, but for PvE, when you can control it, it's going to be very powerful to have one of these, even if the stats aren't great, just for that status effect. So keep that in mind in the future as well. So let's compare this on the screen with a version of Ragnarok. Alright guys, so again, here's both of them in comparison. As you can see, the Sleep Blade does have, like I said, about 15 more magic. It is going to be best in slot if you're focusing on the magical abilities. It's going to be best in slot if you're going after the status effect there. But if you're going to be doing a little bit of both, having it like an all-around hybrid unit where they're going to do some physical-based damage attacks that are going to go off the attack stat, not the magic, then the Ragnarok +5 might be your best choice. So that is a Ragnarok that I have currently on my Miranda, but I plan on doing, like I said, challenging the Iron Giant. So if I do that, I'm probably going to want to try to get that Sleep Blade up as well, just for that status effect. So even if I'm losing damage, if I can put the units to sleep so they're not attacking me, that has an advantage all to its own. So is one better than the other? No. Is one better than another in a certain situation? Yes. So which situation calls for which one? That's up for you guys to decide. Which character do you have? What skills are you focusing on? And then based on that, make your decision. But they're both great to have. Alright guys, next let's take a look at the Golden Axe. I've only put assault and critical up on the screen because vital is a complete waste of time. It's a garbage choice. It's a troll weapon. It's only put in there to get you to use your resources. Okay, why do I say that? Here's why. I mentioned in a previous video, let's say we have three items equipped. All right, we have a piece of armor, we have a trust, and we have this weapon. Okay, the vital weapon, as you can see, it would probably only give a few more than crit. So let's assume, it give us 100. So you have 100 there, you have 200 on a piece of armor, and then you have 500 on a trust. Well, guess what? It's only going to take the highest one, so you're only going to get 500 hit points, not 800. So that's why right now on global and up to where we are in JP, it's a complete waste to get a vital weapon. It's a troll weapon, avoided at all costs. Later in the game, if it goes over what like the platinum helm has, for example, like over 700 on a weapon, then yes, maybe a vital weapon would be worth it. But right now, complete waste. All right, let's take a look at assault and critical. In my opinion, and the opinions of many other players, both of these are wins. It depends on what situation. So if you have a unit that maybe doesn't have enough dexterity or luck and is not critting enough, and the crit is going to mean the difference between one-shotting or not one-shotting a certain character, then crit is going to be your option. If you're looking for just max damage, your character already has high crit, or you don't really need crit, or whatever, assault is going to be good. So I personally have an assault, and I'll show you that on the next slide. But right now on global and up to where we are in JP, there's only 2 units that can currently use this. So if you have the units, great. I would probably make it now, in my opinion, to get them to hit harder. However, if you don't have the units, it might still be worth collecting 63 plus recipes just so you have it in the future, because if a really good axe unit comes out and you miss the event and they don't replay it, then you're kind of going to be up the creek without a paddle, and you're going to regret not doing it. So my philosophy, I didn't have it before because I was a noob, but now it's, for anything that looks like it has potential, weapon or armor wise, grab 63 recipes. If you don't get all the crafting materials, guys, no problem. There's going to be other events that have the same crafting materials that come along. So, focus on getting the recipes first, because they cost 1.25 million most of the time on the shop. And gil is a major bottleneck. You can't afford to do that. So try to collect those. I'll go into detail on how you can farm efficiently after this. All right, guys, and then just as a sample, this is a weapon that I got up during the first event. I'm going to explain what I did and some mistakes that I made so you can avoid making those mistakes. So I didn't know that there were 2 different types of events. There's one that gives you recipes and crafting materials and a couple books here and there. So what did I do? Well, that was the only event that was up, so I did it again and again and again. I got probably 200 plus recipes of the golden axe in doing that, because I thought, gosh, if I don't get enough books by the time this event's over, then I'm going to be screwed. I'm not going to be able to make this weapon. Well, I was wrong, because the week after that, they released a book event, and the books dropped like candy. They were dropping probably 5 to 6 times more often. Not only that, but there was more in quantity dropping as well. And in addition, you get Esper eggs, you get experience cubes, and you get ore, plus you get 2 other types of books. So get your recipes definitely in the crafting ones. If you can, get the crafting materials, because it'll help you later. But if you can't get all the crafting materials, guys, don't worry. You'll be able to get them in future events or chocobo missions or on the shop, etc. Just focus on the recipes first. Second, once you have all those recipes / crafting materials, then you can start building your weapon. But as you start leveling up in ranks, if you're going for a +5, you're going to need the books. So get the books from the book event, get the crafting materials and the recipes from the recipe event. Don't make the same mistake that I did there. Okay, number 2, as you can see, this axe, it's only like 193 out of 212. I've already put 5, I think, dwarven hammers into it. I kind of wasted it there. Now, this was a very, very bad roll. I think one I got, I think, 42 going up, which is pretty good. But in the other times, I was only getting like 22, 25, which is absolutely horrendous. This game is made, to bottleneck you, to try to force you to spend. So in this situation, I kind of wasted 5 dwarven hammers. What I should have done is use the dwarven crafting tools, reset that +5 to level 1 star, and then taken it back up to 5-star level 50 again, using more seals and hoping I get a better roll. That way I can get a perfect without using too many dwarven hammers, because the dwarven hammers are much rarer and much harder to get than the seals. The seals drop like candy from the book events. So if you farm the book events again and again and again, you're going to get a bunch of seals. However, dwarven hammers only come from monthly arena bonuses, weekly arena bonuses, arena rewards in the quest area, and in the Mog shop. So they're much harder to come by. So just use your resources wisely. Don't make the same mistakes that I did here. All right, guys, just one final piece of advice: how to choose, what weapon, what armor, what event to run. So, there's a couple questions you might want to ask yourself. One question would be, do I have the character now? 2, am I planning to get the character in the future? And 3, how many other units can use this item? So even though you don't have the unit now, you might get another unit that can use a certain item while you're trying to get the unit that you do want. You don't always get the unit that you want, and you don't always get them in the timing that you want, so just keep that in mind as well. So for example, I've put various weapons and armor up on the screen. If you look at swords are great. Many units, maybe even up to 20% of all the units can use swords. So if you get a sword and you max it out, even if the unit you have isn't viable in an event, another unit can probably use it. So choices like that are going to benefit you more in the future. Again, with armor and stuff as well, usually many different types of units can equip a single piece of armor. So armor is more universal. In the current events that are out, I'm going to max out my sleep blade recipes. Even if I'm not going to make it now, just get them so I have them, even if I don't have all the crafting materials. Then after that, I'm going to focus on the armor, the accessory, and the ninja blade book thing. I don't need ninja blades right now, but armor and accessories can be used by every unit in the game. So if I stockpile a lot of those, I can build armor that's going to work on multiple units. So again, resources are limited, time is limited, energy is limited, everything's limited if you don't have a bottomless wallet. So, use your time and your energy and your resources wisely. Think about now, think about the future, and, think about what situations you want to be using it in. So again, that's pretty much it. I'm just going to close it out on that note. All right, guys, that's it for today's episode. I hope you found it useful. I hope this gives you the information you need to decide whether or not the Golden Axe or the Sleep Blade are for you, either currently or in the future. I hope it'll also help you decide which events you want to farm that are out right now. Again, my recommendation is the armor and the accessory one if you've already gotten enough recipes from the other ones. It's going to be more universal and help all your units. Whereas the other ones are going to be niche or only certain units. But again, do what's best for you. That's only my opinion based on what characters you have and what your play style is. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you found it informative, please comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you again next time on another episode of FFBE War of the Visions. Take care.